Yeah, go ahead.
What is the difference between Vyavasayatmika Buddhi and Nischayatmika Buddhi?
That's the same.
Yeah, they are identical. So, Bhashikara, Bhagavan Bhashikara gives the meaning for the word Vyavasayatmika. And he gives the meaning as Nischaya Swabhava. That's the word he uses, Nischaya Swabhava, which is same as Nischayatmika. The word Swabhava and Atma, when they are used in these contexts, it means that. It means of the nature of. A buddhi that is of the nature of certainty, decisiveness, clarity. Okay, same words. Two words are synonymous. Okay, Mohini ji.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay Kumar.
Yeah, one
Yes.
person. Go ahead. Raise your hand. Yeah. Meena ji, go ahead.
Yeah, you asked me to ask this question to you during the satsang because I had emailed this to you. The question is that about last class about invoking gods in the murtis. So last class, this was what we talked about. So my question is that when God is all pervading, when God is everywhere, consciousness is everywhere, then what is the necessity of invoking gods into a particular murti?
Correct. So that's an important question. So I'll give an example and see if that example clarifies. Okay. All of us, especially married people, they have children, and somebody comes to your home. A friend comes to your home, and the friend, we are having a nice chat, and they look at the picture. There are a lot of pictures hanging on the wall, and you explain to them, oh, this is my grandmother, this is my grandfather, this is my cousin from there. All these things you say. And of course, there are pictures of your children. And she looks at one of those pictures and says, oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, this picture is faded. And no, I don't like this picture. And now you're beginning to wonder what she's saying. No, I think you should not have this picture in the wall. Okay? Now you're getting upset with her, right? And why? Why should you get upset? She's saying the fact. This is fading. Yeah, it's fading. Compared to all the other pictures, they're all shining. This picture is fading. Correct? Why should you get upset? She says, remove it from the wall. So that's the straw that broke the camel's back, right? And remove it from the wall. Who are you to say I should remove my daughter's picture from the wall? Huh? This is what you're thinking now? I tell you, the picture is not your daughter. It is a piece of paper. Correct? It's after all a piece of paper. Some thick paper, okay, not some special paper for which you had paid a lot of money. And she's not your daughter. So how does it matter if somebody says remove it from the wall? How does it matter if somebody throws that picture away? Shouldn't matter. They're not throwing your daughter away. They're not insulting your daughter. They in fact praise your daughter for all her things she does. What a compassionate girl she is. All that she's praising. But why are you upset with her? You're upset with her because that paper ceases to be just a piece of paper anymore. Correct? And it's no different than your daughter. That's why when something happens in the home, there is an emergency, people collect the pictures and run. Because I can lose everything, but I don't want to lose these pictures. These are the things that go with me. Correct? So that picture is important. Point number one, it's not just a piece of paper. That's why you get upset when somebody talks like this. Second, your daughter is there. She's there at home. She's gone to school. She's working, whatever. Why do you need her picture on the wall? Do you have to remember, if the picture is not there in the wall, you will forget your daughter or what? Can a parent forget it because they don't have a picture on the wall? Think about it. Think about it. Huh? We forget to be compassionate about our daughter, our children, because we don't have their pictures on the wall? No, it's not like that. Why? Because it's an expression of love, and it invokes them in you. There is a chance that I may get lost in the things I do, and I need to remind myself that these are the people for whom I'm living. They are the ones. I keep scolding her all the time, but really speaking, she's the love of my life. Correct? You need the picture to remind you about all these things, because the human mind is like that. We need to invoke the compassion. We need to invoke the love, and we need forms for that. Without forms, we cannot really invoke. Everything is a form. Therefore, the Murti is also a form where you have to invoke Ishvara. Simply saying Ishvara is everywhere is not enough. Not enough. Okay. The husband told the wife, you know what he said? Wife is attending Jaykumarji's Bhagavad Gita classes. And he says, wait, what is this? Every morning you are doing this. And as though nothing has happened. 6 months you've been attending. What has happened to you? You're the same old. Because these fellows have, this language is very powerful, You can hurt. We know how to hurt each other. What is he saying? He says Ishvara is all pervasive. Yeah, you have to go to this class to figure this out or what? Even I know it without attending any class. And all pervasive Ishvara is there. In fact, the Shastram says you must worship your husband. You invoke the God in husband and worship him. You worship me, that is better. You will get more punya than attending all these classes. Fellow will say that. And so, it's not enough. If the husband can say, Ishvara is everywhere, and if he's sure, if he knows it, if he's clear about it, I'm telling you, we can even do puja to that person. Correct? Because that's a vision. And that vision is clear. If you know it, then you are no different than Ishvara. We will do puja to you. Can you handle people doing puja to you? Ask him that question. Yeah, no problem. I will bring all my friends and we are going to do puja. We're going to have this Ashtotara Namamali. You are Narayana, Sakshat. We are going to chant Vishnu Sahasranamam. You sit in front of us. Can he handle that? No, he can't handle it. Because he's just talking. He has some other problem. He has a problem with the wife listening to somebody else. She doesn't listen to me. She listens to somebody else. I'm just giving an example. Don't take it too seriously. Just an example to communicate a message, okay? And so we need, Minaji, we need to invoke Ishvara in a form. And the form, we must connect to Ishvara through a form. How long do you have to do it? Until you no longer have to do it. Until you see Ishvara everywhere. And until you see you are not different from Ishvara. Until then, I need that form. I need that murti. And I need to worship that. I need to do puja. And I need to build that relationship with Ishvara. Until you realize, you recognize, hey, there is no relationship between me and Ishvara. Why? Because there is no difference between me and Ishvara. Until such time, all of us need all this. Okay?
Thank
Does
you.
that help, Naji?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Jaykumar,
Yeah.
in the same connection, a story comes into my mind. Swami Vivekananda was traveling in Rajasthan when he was a sannyasi, and he was a guest of honor with one of the Maharajas. And the Maharaja asked almost the same type of question. Why do we have to have these pictures on the wall and all that? So what Swami Vivekananda did was, he asked one of the servants to bring this Maharaja's father's picture, which was on the wall. And he brought in, and Swamiji asked the Maharaja split on this picture. Okay?
Yeah.
Then he said, what? You want me to split on my father's picture? He was taken aback. Then Swamiji explained almost the same thing what you explained.
Exactly. Good example. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it has to be an example that is jarring, It
Yeah.
makes, it has to shock you. Then we come out of that notion. Good question. Important question. These things we have to be clear, and we have to teach this to our children also. Then they also grow very well and they appreciate realities a lot. Okay, Vijayji, go ahead.
Yeah, I could unmute.
Oh.
Jaykumarji, you mentioned that this clarity that we need to have does not require belief. But does it not start with belief and then you get clarity on that lakshya?
Yeah. So the question is versus belief versus knowledge. And so, yeah, everything starts with belief. Everything starts with belief. Belief is the basic thing. You can always believe a fact. Believe something. You don't know if it is a fact until you understand it completely, right? Until then you say, yeah, I am ready to accept it as a fact. I will take it as a fact that I know, but I'm in the process of knowing it. So definitely, belief is a very important aspect of.
And one more question, Guruji. This you mentioned about knowledge being the most purifying thing, right? You mentioned like nothing is more purifying than knowledge.
Yeah.
When you compare knowledge and bhakti, what is really more purifying and more required to attain the lakshya?
Yeah. So here the question is about bhakti versus jnana. So bhakti. Bhakti is very important. So we keep talking about knowledge in class. But knowledge is possible only with bhakti. Without bhakti, knowledge is not possible. Ishvara bhakti is important. And bhakti is important. Bhakti is there. Bhakti is what? It is an attitude. It's a relationship between me and Ishvara, my Ishta Devata, my Ganesha, Ganapati. Okay? And that relation is strong. And that is bhakti, correct? I'm a bhakta of Ganesha. Now, what is implied in this bhakti? I am different from Ganesha, correct? Only when there are two entities, there is bhakti. For bhakti to exist, there have to be two entities. The father loves the daughter, the mother loves the son. There are two entities, so that two entities can love each other, correct? What happens? What happens when the two entities are really not two? What happens when it dawns on you that really, hey Gana, you've been fooling me all along. Now the dialogue changes with your Ganapati. Your dialogue is different now. Until now you say protect me. And now you are making jokes with Ganapati. Correct? Therefore, bhakti is important, very important, and we need to develop it. And then that Dvaita Buddhi. Dvaita Buddhi means what? This idea that you are there and I am here, you are protector, I am protected. This idea goes away. So that, how does it go away? By jnanam it goes away. By jnanam, of course, it's a piece of knowledge. Until then, it's some belief is there. Belief is there. No doubt, very important. And so that's how bhakti has to be understood. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Kumarji.
Yeah. Venkataramanji, namaskar.
Now, we know radio waves are there all over the world. But to hear it, we need a radio. Why? Why can't we hear it without a radio? We need it. So to concentrate something, we need some idol to worship. That's not, but though it is all pervasive, we need it. When the radio waves are there everywhere, we need a radio to hear. So like that.
Correct. So Venkataramanji is giving a good example that to focus that Aishwaryam. Aishwaryam is there everywhere means what? Everywhere, I say everywhere there is sorrow. Somebody say everywhere it's very bleak. And so how can you say Ishvara is everywhere? Doesn't help that person. You need to focus. Only a radio, is saying only a radio can capture the radio waves. Only a television antenna captures all the waves and displays it to you. And so it's an example which says that you need that murti. Very important, only unique to Sanatana Dharma. I'm telling you, this is the whole rest of the humanity has just lost it. They have just labeled this culture, some idol worshipper and this and that they say, and they have lost it. So anyway, that is so important. That is why every puja, we start the puja, Asmin Bimbe Sri Mahaganapatim Dhyayami. I think of my Gana. He's my Gana. Ganapati. I think of him. Yeah, I can think of him. Asmin Bimbe. I think of him here. Then what? Asmin Bimbe Sri Mahaganapatim Avahayami. I invoke. He's come here now. He's sitting right here in front of me. In the form of this murti. Very important step. And therefore, what is the last step in the puja? You should be able to guess what the last step should be.
From here.
Asman Bimbat Avahitam Sri Mahaganapatim Yathasthanam Pratisthapayami. Hey, I have my bedroom, I have my living room, I have my kitchen. I say, hey, you must also have your bedroom, your kitchen, your living room. You must have your throne. And I pulled you from your throne. I got you here. And now, please, for my sake, you have come here. Now, please go back to wherever you came. What an attitude it is. Pakka, clean attitude. How can bhakti not develop with this kind of attitude? Huh? And how can that bhakti not lead to knowledge, you tell me? Because your Ganapati will come and tell you, oh idiot, you've been worshipping me, all right. Did you listen to what Jayakumarji said or not? He's going to say that. He has to say that. Did you think, spend some time? You're doing puja very well. I'm very happy about that. But how long? He will ask you that. Puja must be done. Even after knowledge, puja must be done. Don't get me wrong. Very important. But, you have to go a step more. Yeah. All right. Any other question? Yeah. Mohan Sai Krishna. Yeah. We can't hear you. Okay, so I can't hear. All right. So
I have a comment, Jayakumarji. Based on the first and last points which we just talked. So it is actually the Brahman and Ishvara in terms of terminology also, though we use it interchangeably, but when it comes to the Vyavaharika, when we describe about the God and when we need in some form, so it is Ishvara, but in the abstract form, it is the Brahman. So that is how we can distinguish, right, in terms of the terminology.
yeah, exactly.
Brahman and Ishvara. So Ishvara is some form which we are looking at in the Vyavaharika.
Correct, exactly. So the wave is water. Wave is completely water. So water in a form that is there on the beaches is wave. And so yeah, Ishvara and Brahma, we differentiate like that. Brahma has no qualities. Ishvara is full of qualities, immeasurable qualities in full measure. Correct.
Some time back, as somebody mentioned, and I just remembered that also, in IT, as an objective-oriented technology, you have abstract, and an instance of an abstract is like with qualities. So that's another.
Right. That's actually a wonderful example. First time I was looking up a book on object-oriented programming. I want to understand what this object is. And at that time, I was not studying Vedanta. So I kept it on the side. But then, yeah, this becomes so important. You need the attributeless in order to get something with attributes. And so that is what is the term you use these days in IT for that?
It's class and
class.
An instance of a class, yeah.
Instance of a class, exactly. Perfect. Okay, good. So we will conclude the class with the Dhanvantari mantra. So praying to Dhanvantari to help us by removing corona, by eradicating corona from the humanity, and by helping those who are already affected by it to be cured. So one of our friends who did a lot of work in West Bengal, a state which has witnessed a lot of violence over many years, which has where Hindus in many districts are minority, which witnesses a lot of temple desecration and Hindu women being abducted and all that. The story is huge because none of this is reported. So we've been helping that person for many years, called Tapan Ghosh. And so I heard 3 days ago that he was also infected with COVID. So we're all praying that everybody who's infected with COVID is cured, and that all of us, and then all of us also are relieved from the threat of COVID, and that corona is eradicated. With that sankalpa, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.